here from Handmade Not Hallmark, back with the Possum Stamps YouTube channel. Today I'm going to share with you how I created my very own pattern paper using some cute stamps from the Oopys Daisies stamp set and my colored pencils. This was a really fun card to create and I hope you enjoy it, so let's get into it. Like I mentioned, we're going to be using the Oopys Daisies stamp set. I really love this one a whole lot. I love that you can color these daisies in any color that you like. I'm going to color them in the traditional white color. I'm starting out with a piece of craft cardstock from my stash, and I'm going to stamp all of my daisies on here. Again, this is a little bit of a time-consuming part to the card, but I really think it's a fun effect and a fun way to use up some stamps and create your own pattern paper and make it a statement piece for on your card. I'm going to stamp down these images with some nice black ink. This is my preferred black ink when I use my colored pencils because I think it's a really nice crisp black ink. I'm going to stamp down my images, kind of starting from the top corner and working my way down to make sure I fill up the entire piece. I'm going to speed through this process a little bit here because it's more repetitive and there's nothing groundbreaking happening here. I'm just lining up all of my images where I want them so I have room to add some leaves a little bit later. Once I was happy with the placement of all of my images, I cut out a bunch of masks. And I did this so that I could stamp down the leaves without overlapping the florals. I used the masking paper to cover up the main portions of the flowers. In some instances I didn't actually need them, but it was a really helpful way to get the leaves in place without messing up my flowers. As you can see here, I'm just placing down the masking paper, and I reused this quite a bit, so I didn't have to cut out more than the 3 florals. Going through with that same black ink, and just arranging the leaves where I think they would look best and help fill up the pattern paper that we're creating. Go in and try to cover up all of those empty spaces. And once I was happy with the placement of all of my leaves, I'm going to get right into the coloring. I'm using my Prismacolor colored pencils, and I listed all of the colors that I used on the screen. I'm only going to color in 1 floral on screen, because I'm going to color them all the same, as well as the leaves. Going to put on some music for you to enjoy while I get through the coloring. Once it's all finished, we'll come back and finish up together. As you can see, these daisies look absolutely beautiful all colored in on this craft cardstock. Now we can assemble our card base. I'm just going to adhere our main portion down to a piece of black cardstock. I really think that this frames up the entire image and makes it look really, really bright and almost frames it up like a photograph, and also helps bring in the black from the stamping. Really think it makes the colors pop on these daisies. And then I'm going to attach it to a top folding A2 sized card base. Before I adhere it down, I almost forgot to add my greeting. I stamped a greeting out from that same Oopsie Daisy stamp set onto some vellum to flow over top of our main images. I think this is a really fun way to add a greeting over top of a really busy background without losing any of the images and all the hard work that you did previously. Just going to wrap that around the back, and once it's all adhered down, you won't see that extra vellum. And the greeting is floating nicely above our stamped images, and you can still see them underneath, and it doesn't take away from all of that work. I'm going to go in with some finishing details for this card. I'm going to add a greeting from the Prickly Friend stamp set. I'm going to have it say happy birthday. I'm just going to stamp it down with some black ink, and then I'm also going to stamp down one of the daisies on the inside as well, just to bring everything together. Once the inside of my card was finished, I could go ahead with the details I wanted to add on the outside. I added a little clay heart next to the greeting just to add some interest, and I really think it adds a really cute detail. Next, I'm going to go in with some Nuvo drops and fill in some of the empty spaces on my card to make it look a little bit more like pattern paper. I'm using ebony black, sunshine yellow, and simply white. Again, this is an optional step. You don't have to put this in here, but I really think it's a fun way to jazz up your card and make it look a little bit more like pattern paper. And that will finish up my card for today. I really hope you enjoyed this fun pattern paper card using the Oopsie Daisy stamp set and my colored pencils to create a really fun background. I really like coloring on craft cardstock with my colored pencils, and I hope you enjoyed this video as well. If you did, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe so you don't miss out on any more videos here at the Possum Stamps YouTube channel. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you again real soon. Bye!